What's going on? Damn, on my way to handle these patients late. I hate working later days. I don't work that much, a couple hours, 4 hours tops. But the driving, that's the hard part. But anyway, hey, what's going on with DZON, man? I want to know what's going on with DZON. They seem to be in trouble. They might be on the ropes. I don't know. It's like when it comes to the fighters, what happened to the $1 billion that they had to spend? What happened to the $1 billion? I mean, it seems as if there's fight after fight after fight that seems to not be materializing now, and it's all due to finances. You know, Taylor versus Serrano supposed to be a big unification fight, and they're talking about it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen due to finances. You know, Chocolatito was supposed to be fighting, had a fight coming up, and it seems to be that's not going to happen also due to finances. It's not a good look. You got Ryan Garcia, he's over here pissed off due to the fact that they want him to take a pay cut for his next fight, and he's like, I'm not doing that. You know, he doesn't believe that they're paying him enough for his fights. They offered him $200 grand for his next fight, and he said that's crazy. He's pissed off. He's upset. You know, so far right now, it looks like his fight's probably not going to happen due to finances. You got Eddie Hearn coming out talking about, you know, how they're going to have to tighten up those purse strings. You know, how they're not going to be able to give out as much money as they were before. You know, they're talking about Canelo's next opponent. They're looking at probably, you know, trying to get somebody that's a lot cheaper than what they've been giving to other guys. So we don't even know what's going to happen with him due to finances. What's going on? What's going on with DZON? And I remember time and time again, I said, DZON's going to have a major issue when it comes to being successful due to the fact that they're a closed platform. You know, you have places like ESPN, but that also has, you know, an app, but they have ESPN, the network. You know, they have something that's available to millions of people. You know, they have other programming, even a place like Showtime. They're not consistently just focused. They don't need just boxing. They got a substantial amount of other programs that they have on, that they can put on. Fox has a substantial amount of other programs that they can still put on. So even when something like a pandemic, you know, like what happens, what are people going to do? Be at home watching TV. So especially with their shows and everything, if they've been done and they're completed and able to put them out there, they're good. If not, they can just put out previous stuff. And even with those two, they have enough in the middle of that. They can still even put out boxing programs for their boxing subscribers. Just put on all the fights that people have seen before that would want to see again. Even fights that just recently happened: Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence, Sean Porter versus Earl Spence, Wilder versus Fury 1, Wilder versus Fury 2. I mean, these people have, you know, they have things that they can show when it comes to when it comes to boxing. You know, and other programmings. DZON doesn't have that. You know, and they put so much money into this one basket. And then they put all this money also into just certain individuals, like $300 million into Canelo. $300 million. PBC has like a multi-year deal that's $300 million. And they put on how many fights a year? You know what I'm saying? So all those fights they put on in 1 year, you know, that DZON spends on one fight. Or on 2 fights. That these guys spend on dozens of fights a year. Like quality fights that people want to see. Which is ironic because you being a network like DZON, where boxing is the only thing that you really have on that the U.S. market would be interested in, it's like you'd want to get as many fights in as possible. You know? You'd want to get as many fights in as possible, but That's not the route they took. You know, it was HBO 2.0. They tried a formula that was already shown to have been broken, and they thought just by throwing money at that particular that style that things will work out. Just by throwing money at it. It doesn't matter if a pile of ish. I have a pile of ish that's on a plate. I can throw as much icing, as much sprinkles, as much candy, as much cake. I can throw in as much sugar, equal, whatever, as much as I want to on top of it. At the end of the day, still ish. No one's still gonna eat it. You know? And that's what they try to do. And didn't work out. And it's not working out. You know, all they can do is hope that this thing gets over as soon as possible. And they start getting programming back on. But even then, honestly, at this point, I don't know if they'll be around in the next 24 months. If things keep going on the way that they're going. They were doomed from the beginning. The second you saw things were flowing, you said, this plan's not going to work the way they have it set up. But people just still, oh, y'all just hating, you're just haters, blah, 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 blah. That's all we heard. You're just hating, you're just being a hater. They're taking over. They're the Netflix of boxing. Well, the stocks of Netflix just went up substantially the last couple of weeks. How about the zones? Netflix sure as hell ain't looking to sell their company. And it sure ain't cutting their budget. So, I guess they're not the Netflix of boxing. And even worse, Amazon now is looking at coming into live sports. They want to start showing live sports. Good luck. Like, subscribe, share. See you on the next one.